Good afternoon. I'd like to call to the order the IDA Audit Committee meeting. It's 3:34. So our first, you want to have
All right, so for Montgomery County IDA, we each got two bound reports. The first one in the middle says Schedule of Investments. As of last year, we had to comply with a new AAA ruling that said you had to list your investments in a separate report and have an audit of those investments. We have audited those investments. We've given a clean opinion, unmodified. And if you turn to page 3 in that report, you'll see that we have 0 investments. So it wasn't hard to get a clean opinion there.
how long did it take you?
This took longer to type than to do, but page 4 lists some cash that we have in money markets. Money markets are considered short-term. They're readily available, so they're not investments. Really, though, IDAs have very little they can actually invest in. We could invest in some CDs, some treasuries. If those were over a year long, then those would be investments and we would disclose them as investments. But as of right now, we only have money markets and a checking account, so we have no investments. But this report is required, and you'll see the same report in CRC. So the bigger financial statements, considered basic financial statements, also start on page 1 and 2 with an independent auditor's report. And at the bottom of page 1, we say, in our opinion, the financial statements referred to above present fairly. That's an unmodified opinion, the highest opinion we have as a profession. After that, we have pages 3 through 10. 3 through 10 are management discussion and analysis. GASB, the Governmental Accounting Standards Board, came out with number 34 and required an MD&A to be in every financial statement that's a governmental financial statement. So we have complied with that. Page 11 starts the actual financial statements. And you can see on page 11, it's a statement of net position. That is what we would call a balance sheet in regular accounting, but since it's a government, it's a statement of net position. And you can see our assets are basically cash, a couple $1 million, some due from other governments, fixed assets, parks that we're working on, and we have a total net position at the end of the year of $2.62 million. The second page, page 12, would be the statement of activities. That is an income statement in governmental accounting. And for the year where you see change in net position, in brackets 41,000. So our expenses this year exceeded our revenue by 41,000. Now, this is typical in IDAs. It depends on when we're making expenditures for what projects, when monies are going to come in, or if we're doing marketing to get a future project, that's an expense in the current year with no revenue. So to have a small loss is not out of the ordinary. After that, we have the notes to the financial statements. The notes go on for several pages. There's no major changes to the notes from the prior year. They just give more description of leases, our fixed assets, our due to other governments. And then on page 20 and 21, because this is a governmental audit, we have to give a second opinion. Anytime you're doing a yellow book or governmental audit, we have to give an opinion over financial reporting. And here again, this is an unmodified opinion. There are no issues with the books and records. We came in, everything was provided to us timely. All of the numbers tied back to our audit work, no issues there. And there hasn't been any issues in a number of years. Sheila does a great job. She works hard, and if there's a question that comes up during the year, she always asks us. Sometimes there's questions that rise with grants or something like that. So a really clean audit, no issues whatsoever in those 2 audits.
Does anyone have any questions? If not, I'll look for a motion to adopt the financial report. Cheryl, thank you. Carol, all in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? The second action step is a motion for the annual independent audit and investment report. Okay.
We did that. The investments, I did that first.
Yep, so I just need the motion to approve or to recommend to the full board. Can we get a motion on that, Amanda? I have a second. Carol, all in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion passes. Okay. All right, we're gonna close the IDA audit committee at 3:40. Can I get a motion for adjournment on that? Mark, second. Cheryl, thank you. All in favor? Aye.